somewhere in space. This may all be happening right now.
I always like to keep my favorite snack handy. Need a little excitement? Step into a Slim Jim. Yeah.
And welcome to the Pop Culture Hour. I'm your host, Johnny. And with me is Miss Emily Land. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I am good. We are on episode 4.
That's
Crazy.
right.
Crazy. Episode 4. Soon we'll be at episode 150. So I bring that up, obviously, to congratulate you and Brittany on 150 episodes of the Canto Bite Dispatch. That's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it was weird to realize that we've been doing it that long. I know there's plenty of podcasts out there that have been 200-300 episodes, but I don't know, in some ways it feels like I've been doing that podcast forever, but in other ways, I'm like, oh wow, 150, that's a lot.
150 is a lot. I don't think I've seen an episode in the 300 or 400s. I think then they just stopped counting.
Yeah.
I know with Rogue One, I wasn't gonna do some people, shout out Geek Dudes, love them. They do seasons and everything. I think with Rogue One, I was just gonna go episode 492.
Yeah.
I was just going to go like that. Because, Podbean numbers it for you. So it's why tempt fate? It's I'm just going to roll with it. So you guys just going to go with the number? Even when it gets obscenely large?
I mean, I don't know if it's ever going to be, I don't know how obscenely large it's going to get, but I'm just so used to doing it now. And, I automatically, put it in the title and stuff, so. Yeah,
I can't get in a rhythm with Pop Culture Hour. I think, 2 out of the 4 episodes, I forgot to say what number we were on.
Well, it's only 4 episodes in, and we're doing the every couple weeks thing, so it's a little bit harder to get into that routine.
Yeah, but I do love the couple weeks thing because, for example, today there's a lot to do, and we're the Pop Culture Hour, so in the last couple weeks there's been a lot, so the hour will fly by.
Yeah, and we can just sort of pick and choose what we want to talk about instead of being oh, we have to talk about something this week, so here's something none of us really care about.
All right, let's talk about the big news. Okay. Oh, first, wait. Here, the not so big news. Mike's not here today, in case you guys haven't figured it out yet. We tried to save him. Episode one, we saved him. We were all right, we'll reschedule for you. Then it was episode 2, I think we saved him. And then episode 3, he was he was fine, right? He was there, no problem. And then episode 4, he was I can't make it. And we were all right, cool. No big deal.
Yeah. It's Mikey. That's, you just got to get used to that.
But he said 2 weeks from now, he's already made plans that he will be on the podcast.
We shall see.
Well, yeah, right. We'll see. And some inside baseball for you guys. Mike actually texted me and Emily a couple weeks ago. So me and Emily, we record on Saturday nights, which just makes sense, right? Friday or Saturday nights. Number 1, it's COVID, so we're not going out drinking and partying with our friends. Number 2, we both have professional jobs that we wake up at early in the morning, Monday through Friday. So it's it just makes sense, Friday night or Saturday night, right? It just makes sense,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So Mike was like, I got a party. I got a party on Saturday nights. So one night I get to go out. Can we do like Wednesday nights? And me and Emily were like, no, dude. No, we're going to keep it. If you can't make it, it's cool.
Your Mikey impression is getting really close to Gilbert Gottfried there.
Right? You're right. I don't know. I don't know. Now I'm doing the face like, I don't know. I got shaved looking at my face. I think I might bring back the handlebar mustache. Sabrina misses it. She's like, I miss seeing it and just laughing at you.
Romance.
That's what she says. That's exactly how she says it. And then, like, speaking of Sabrina, okay, so Emily, you're a woman.
Yes.
So Sabrina asks me, she goes, how do you think I look in this bathing suit? She's like, I'm getting older. So she wears bikinis. Okay. She doesn't look bad in bikinis. It's not like she's one of those people that like, no more bikinis, right? So she comes downstairs and she's like, I ordered a couple bikinis off Amazon, so like I couldn't like try them on. Like, tell me what you think. I'm like, okay, no problem. So like I already have my answer. Oh, you look great. They're fine.
Yeah.
It didn't look good. But it wasn't her fault. It was just a bad bathing suit. Like the colors were wrong. The cut was weird. It had kind of like a 60s vibe to it. And I hate everything 60s and 70s, you know? And so I was just like, I don't like it. And then like it turned into like this like moment where she got so sad. I'm like, but it's got nothing to do with you. I just don't like the bathing suit. All these years, I haven't learned my lesson. I should have just said like, it's great. I love it. But like it reminded me of like something like Janis Joplin would wear at a concert. Like I didn't like it. It had tassels.
Dude, it doesn't fucking matter. You just fucking lie.
I know. I should know better. I feel terrible. So it was an awkward couple days.
Good going, dude.
Yeah, it was awkward. We're actually house shopping.
How's that going?
So our house sold in 2 days, which is
wow.
like unheard of. We had like 8 offers, all above asking, in 2 days.
Nice.
Yeah, but now the problem is we don't know where to live.
Yeah, that's an issue.
Yeah. So like it's like crazy. So now we're like we can't afford where we want to live, which is like the Jersey Shore, like the beach towns, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can't afford that. That's like it's just stupid money. So now we're like, all right, so maybe just like, you know, a half hour, 45 minutes west of the beach. But then it's just like, she's not like I can live there, I'll be all right. But she's like, it's too far from the beach. I'm like, we go to the beach like 5 times a summer. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
maybe 10 on a very busy summer. It's not a reason to pick a house. So whatever. We're trying to figure it out. How was your couple weeks since we've spoken?
Been okay. I haven't been doing much. I had to Boston for a couple of days to stay at my brother's place. That was nice.
Awesome.
So my parents came out, and we obviously didn't do anything or go anywhere because, you know, pandemic. But we all, my brother and his wife bought a house like 9 months ago, I think. And it's like, you know, a couple guest bedrooms. So everybody, like, we felt like we could still, you know, have a good vacation, just hanging out there. And yeah, had a really good time.
Oh, that's sweet. And then now you're back in the Brooklyn.
Yeah.
What neighborhood are you in? Or, I mean,
yeah,
if you don't want to share.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
I'm in Brooklyn.
It's like one of our 6 listeners. That's right, we lost one. One of our 6 listeners might stalk you, so be careful with that info. So you want to hear something funny?
Always.
So I'm off Twitter, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just post the podcast, right? Just so people, you know, easy to find, you know. Okay. Every time I post the podcast, I lose Twitter followers. It's hysterical. It's like people see it and they're like, what the fuck is this? Like, who's this? Like, I didn't follow this, and unfollow me. So like normally I ignore it, but like once in a while it's a couple people that like I like and I you know, used to chat with all the time on Twitter. So like I'll say the first name. One was Daniel, and I was like, Daniel, it's me, Johnny. Like I changed my Twitter. This is the new podcast. And he was like, holy shit, I'm sorry. And it was like the same. It's like it's happening every time. So now I'm like scared to tweet and just watch the number go down. Ding, 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 ding. And he's like,
but there's no point to having the number be high if you're not tweeting with it. So.
Well, I want to put the podcast out.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it's no tweets or more followers, that's not like a great.
Yeah. It's so funny. Like I tell you what though. Like, have you ever taken like a hiatus from Twitter or anything like that, or social media in general?
I mean, not for more than like a couple of days.
Dude, it's like I am like swimming in like the pond of happiness. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I open it frequently and just see if I have notifications.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if someone @s me, like if someone DMs me, I answer all DMs. Like, if someone @s me, like I'll just click on it, boom, boom. Like Fernando, who I love, like added me. Like he was the last person. It was like 2 days ago. I was like, boom, boom, and like I did a quick conversation with him. Like, so like I check it, but I'm not like sucked in, you know. And it, dude, it only took me like 3 seconds on Twitter, and I found, and like you were actually involved, so like I respect your strength, but like there you were getting trolled on Twitter. Like, I'm not gonna bring it up. I don't want to like, bring up any pain or anything. Or
no, there's no pain. It was literally me like responding to them and then blocking them and then making fun of them in a DM chat.
Yeah. So like exactly, and I saw it, and I was just like, thank you for reminding me, Twitter. Thank you for reminding me. Like, just like, again, like I don't want to give the person who like trolled them, any airplay, if you will. I won't say any names or anything, but like just minding their own goddamn business, talking amongst friends, and then like troll, and then out.
That was particularly hilarious because they seemingly created that account just to do that. It was like their only tweet.
Right. So it's like, I have a theory. Want to know my theory? In general, not that person. Someone dude.
Yeah.
You think?
Possibly.
That's always, and again, not that specific situation, but like I bet you it's always someone you know. And considering the subject matter, it might have been me. No, I'm kidding. So let's segue. Let's go right into it. So The Bad Batch is getting its own show on Disney Plus. What do you think?
I mean, it's not something I can get excited about. It's simply, and this is something that I talked about on recent episode of Steel Wars. Check that out. But you can take anything and make a good story out of it. It's whether they manage to do that or not. And on the surface, this is just something I have no interest in. Like, it's just such a, like, that those episodes of the Clone Wars, those characters were just such 80s action cliches that I can't imagine watching a whole show about them. How about you?
My first instinct was like an eye roll.
Mm-hmm.
Here was my take on the Clone Wars Season 7, The Bad Batch 3 episode arc. I actually liked the characters, hated the story arc. I actually liked the sniper guy, the hunter athlete guy, the muscle guy. And you're right, like you hear me just saying the words, it's a fucking 1980s, Sylvester Stallone as, Arnold Schwarzenegger as, Wesley Snipes as, you're 100% right. It's fucking Demolition Man, the cartoon. Highly underrated movie, by the way. Demolition Man, Sandra Bullock, lover. So the characters I actually kind of got into. Hated the story arc. So again, this isn't like just a Star Wars podcast. So like, I'll just kind of sum it up like this. I thought we were getting new stories. I thought we were getting away from the Skywalker saga and all things related in that Skywalker universe, and we were going to get new stories. And that really excited me. And what really excited me was the rumor that Rian Johnson, who I feel was the most different and unique of the Star Wars creators, was going to take on the new Star Wars movies or trilogies. And that remains to be seen. Doesn't look like it now. At least it doesn't look like he'll be first now. But I was excited about new Star Wars. And then they showed me The Mandalorian, which does exist in the Skywalker saga, but they're all the B characters. Like, it's a Mandalorian, but it's not Boba Fett. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's a Grand Moff, but it's not like Tarkin. It's a new guy. Similar title. So it's kind of like, it is, but it isn't. And then that clearly was a huge success, right? So even if you do that with the Bad Batch, you're limited in the months in the Clone Wars between episodes 2 and 3. You know what I mean? Or or episode.
Well, it's supposedly set after the Clone Wars.
Oh, okay.
But still, it does seem like, do we really need to explore like every second of these 40 years? Like it's a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Like, explore the rest of the galaxy a bit.
Yeah, it's like a long time ago and like a block near you between 4 houses. So like, yeah, I think you and I are on the same page with this one. Like, I like the characters a little more than you did, but like, we both want new stories.
Yeah.
New stories, guys. New stories. Different characters. New character. I'm sorry. Let me be more specific. New characters in new stories. Please. 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 So you're right. Like, I'm with you. I can't get excited about it. I'm probably not gonna watch it.
I mean, I'll give it a chance. Again, like, you could take any character and craft it into something good. It's just I sort of don't have a lot of faith in them doing that. So fingers crossed, but just on paper, it doesn't do anything for me.
No, and you know what? You're right. Like, I'll give it a chance too. Like, I gave Resistance a chance. I got through like maybe 2 episodes, and like, not for me. So yeah, I'll give it a chance. But like, I don't have high hopes. But we'll see. Maybe, I've been wrong. And if it's for you, one of the listeners, like, cool, dude. Like, you're getting what you want. You're getting what you want. We'll have you on the episode, and you can fill me and Emily in. Actually, Mike would probably be into this, right?
It sounds like a Mike thing.
Yeah. All right. I probably should have led off with this, but we have some small Leonardo DiCaprio news. Bill Beck, it's Leo time. Oh, hi, Bill Beck, by the way.
Yeah!
So Leo has been spending a lot of time with his gal pal. And I thought her name was in this article, but it's not in the screenshot.
Good job.
I don't know, 23-year-old model. I forget her name.
Yeah, he's been dating 23-year-olds for like his entire life.
It's like
getting kind of pathetic.
Hey, you're not wrong, but I feel I have to defend him. You're not wrong, but I have to defend him. Well, it's like Matthew McConaughey. I keep getting older, but they stay the same age. Like,
I get older, they stay the same age.
But it looks like this one's legit. Like, they rescued a dog together.
That's sweet.
Yes, and the picture, which if you're watching on YouTube, and you should be because Bill does an amazing job, it's a picture of Leo, the 23-year-old model, who I forget her name, and looks like a gorgeous, probably a golden retriever. What do you think, Emily? Golden retriever?
I think it's at least partially golden retriever.
Maybe a little lab to it.
Yeah.
But it's a cutie. It's a handsome boy. He's all wet, so he's probably swimming in the ocean. And Leo with his classic hat pulled down so you can't even see, like leave me alone. He's got his leave me alone hat on. Okay. So that's it with the Leo news. All right, let's go big news. So apparently Joss Whedon. Joss Whedon is not a good person.
No, he has a long track record.
Okay, so let's talk about that. So Cyborg, I'm freezing on his name, Ray Fisher. I'm pretty sure that's it. Yeah, so Ray Fisher, who played Cyborg, said some unsavory things about Joss Whedon, that he's not very nice. And then Kevin Smith, who has a large following, shared some of the rumors he's heard. Similar, that Joss Whedon wasn't very good, and he took shots at Zack Snyder's cut and his version of the film. And all right, so that's all I know. This is the first I've ever heard of it, about Joss Whedon being like a jerk. I just know he made a lot of money with Avengers, and it was a good movie. So Emily, this segment is all you, my dude. Fill me in.
I mean, it was, man, I have no sense of time anymore. I think it was a couple of years ago that his ex-wife published an open letter about him, and basically just what a huge fucking creep he was, and like multiple affairs, including one with an unnamed actress on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, where there was definitely like an age difference and maybe like some like not great power imbalance. And there's just a lot of stories of him being an asshole and a creep. And if they've leaked bits of his script for Wonder Woman and for Batgirl, and they were just like super gross and male gazy, and lots of like talking about how hot Wonder Woman is, like, which is not what you want from the guy writing the Wonder Woman movie, for the focus to be on like
it was in the script, like she's so
hot. Like the character like description and stuff when she's like, and like making her first appearance and shit. And his Wonder Woman script was mostly apparently not about Wonder Woman, but lots about how great Steve, what's his name, is.
The boyfriend?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's like a real character that wasn't just for the movie?
I don't know enough about Wonder Woman, but it was at least a character who was also in Joss's script.
Yeah, so he's not a good dude. Yeah. So we learned that. What do you think? Now, here's the thing about like Ray Fisher. Like, I'm not saying Ray Fisher's wrong. Clearly, I wasn't there. But like Cyborg, and then I'm definitely not defending Joss Whedon here. But like, dude, Ray Fisher was terrible. And I mean, I remember talking on the Sith List, cha-ching, long time ago when Cyborg came out, and I was talking to Les, and he was kind of educating me about Cyborg, and he agreed, not necessarily Ray Fisher was bad, but they got Cyborg wrong, you know. So I don't want to put words in Les's mouth other than he agreed they got Cyborg wrong. But my words, Ray Fisher was terrible. Terrible. So, like, does he have an ulterior motive here? Like, because, again, Hollywood corrects itself. You could be a terrible actor and get work, but eventually, like, that shit catches up with you and the work stops coming because, like, you know what? He or she stinks. So maybe he's, like, not getting the offers that he thought he would. So maybe he's like, because it came out of the blue in my eyes.
Yeah, it's also possible this is just a situation where everybody's an asshole. Joss Whedon definitely is, but also I think Zack Snyder makes shitty movies. So like, I mean, it's probably, super unprofessional for Whedon to be trashing him on set, but also it's one of those things where I'm like, well, I'm not going to get like hyped on defending Zack Snyder, even from an asshole like Whedon.
Something to think about, though. But like, I think if anything, Ray Fisher might have hurt his career with this, not help it. You know what I mean? Because now, like, if you're a director, you're like, wow, like, so if I don't treat Ray Fisher like gold, like, he's going to talk shit about me on Twitter and the masses are going to believe him. Because I didn't hear like other actors come out and agree. We just got the Kevin Smith thing, like Jason Momoa, who can do no wrong in like men and women's eyes. Like, he didn't come out and say like, dude, Ray was right. If he did, if Ben Affleck did, I don't think Ben Affleck ever would. Just like, that whole like, you don't throw stones thing.
Yeah.
But like no one else backed him up. It doesn't help Ray. And again, I'm not judging. I'm just speculating because I like to believe that people listen to this podcast and I have something to say. Okay, let's see where we're at now. Next story. Next story. I'm excited about this one, Emily. Lee Wannell to direct Ryan Gosling in Wolfman. You're
Okay.
not excited?
I am excited. Here's a couple things that I'm excited about. One, Ryan Gosling. Two, any sort of like, they've tried so hard with this to failure after failure, but I love the Universal monster movies. And
Nice.
like the idea of going back to the classics and, like Dark Universe never really got off the ground. They're still trying. It's never really going to happen. But seeing like a classic werewolf movie with Ryan Gosling is a great idea.
He'll be shirtless for a couple times.
Yeah, you can't have the werewolf transformation like clothed.
Right. I think Ryan Gosling is not as attractive as most people do. Like, I think he's okay, but I think he's an extremely talented actor. Like, I think he's an amazing actor. I was actually rewatching The United States of Leland today. Did you ever see that movie?
No, I didn't.
It's almost like a play. It's not exciting, but it's interesting. Don Cheadle's in it, and it's pretty interesting. And I got halfway through Beautiful Boy with Timothy, what is it, Chalamet?
Chalamet, yeah.
Right, and Steve Carell. Did you ever see that movie?
Nope.
So I'm getting on this Timothy Chalamet kick, so I'm watching all of his movies now. Don't get me wrong, Leo's number one, but this kid's a fucking good actor, man. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, not fair, because he's like, what, 22, 23, so it's not like he spent decades honing his craft. It's just natural. But he's really good. He basically, again, I'm halfway through, but Steve Carell's the dad. Timothy Chalamet is a kid struggling with drug addiction. Kind of like a very basic story, but like the kid's a great actor, and you're just watching the art and emotion. I forget why I brought that up. Oh, Ryan Gosling. Yeah. Very good actor. Very talented actor. Did you see, and I'm excited, me too, I'm excited about the Wolfman movie. Did you see the other Wolfman movie with Anthony Hopkins and Benicio del Toro?
It's pretty bad.
Hot garbage.
Not a good movie. And I friggin' love me some Benicio del Toro, but love me some Benicio del Toro, but some Benicio del Toro, but...
Give me the keys, you fucking cocksucker. Hey, I'll flip you. I'm sorry, what?
Real.
What? Give me the keys, you fucking cocksucker, what?
How many keys, you cocksucker?
In English, please.
Excuse me?
In English.
How many fucking keys, you cocksucker? What the fuck?
My favorite thing about that is that role was not written to be that.
How many keys, you cocksucker?
In English, please.
Excuse me?
In English.
How many fucking keys, you cocksucker? What the fuck?
It was just something Benicio decided. They didn't even know he was going to do it. And then he started doing it, and everybody's like, what the fuck's happening?
How many keys, you cocksucker?
In English, please.
Excuse me?
In English.
How many fucking keys, you cocksucker? What the fuck?
And then that became the character. He's supposed to just be a normal dude who everyone can understand.
I mean, that's the classic example of there's no small parts, just small actors, right?
Yeah.
And cheers to Christopher McQuarrie, who wrote it, won the Oscar for it. Bryan Singer, clearly he might not be a good person, but that day on set, cheers to you for taking the chance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you need an actor. You need, as a director, you need to give the actor the opportunity to like wow you, But we won't go too deep into that. Let's just say, oh wow, Kevin Spacey too was in that movie.
Yeah.
Hand me the keys, you fucking cocksucker.
You can't. That's like, what if like that was a
Jesus.
movie that I used to watch a couple of times a year, and now I'm like that. Nope. Maybe in 15 years from now I can watch it again. Right now, no. That's a double whammy.
So it's easily one of my top 10 favorite movies of all time. It might even be one of my top 5 movies of all time. So let me ease your pain with this, because I understand your struggle and I respect it. Christopher McQuarrie is a fantastic person, and he's from New Jersey. And he's just some dude who wrote a script and it got made, and he fucking took off. And now he's making movies with Tom Cruise left and right. So maybe that'll help you. So watch it and like it for Christopher McQuarrie. McQuarrie. I forget. I read it more than I say it. So hopefully that'll help you. But like, yeah. So yeah, that Wolfman with Benicio del Toro, and it was, like you said, it was in the height of Benicio del Toro fame. You know, Traffic, right?
Yeah.
Usual Suspects. What else did he do that was huge back then? Well, Traffic was the big one.
Yeah.
Right. I think he won an Oscar for that too, right?
I don't remember.
That's why. See, this is where I'm missing Mike, because Mike's good at looking shit up quick. All right. So yeah, we're excited about the Wolfman. I don't think it's going to be part of a universe, though. I think they're just making a movie.
That's what they should do.
Yeah. Everyone wants to be fucking Marvel. You can't. You know? Like, let it go. All right. Here's where you might make fun of me. Is Ben Affleck doing a Batman show for HBO Max? Or am I reading, like, garbage tweets from people?
I think you're conflating stories.
All right, so fill me in.
As far as I know, the Batman TV series is maybe a real thing, and it would be what sort of Gotham was originally supposed to be, which is about like the Gotham Police Department, inspired by the comic series Gotham Central, which I didn't read all of, but the stuff I liked, I liked the red I really did like, and it was just like what it is to be a cop in a world where there's superheroes and supervillains.
You totally sounded like a trailer right now. What's it like to be a cop in a world full of supervillains?
I'm like, I don't 100% know if this is like officially news or not, or something that people are just talking about happening. But it's one that I have seen from like a couple of different places. I'm kind of torn here, which is that like the description of it is what I wanted Gotham to be, and then it wasn't. But also I'm like, I don't really want any cop show right now. Seems like a bad a bit of timing.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, I mean, it would definitely be like a superhero show. And if Ben Affleck is Batman, you know, me, Chris Fresh, for sure. You know, a lot of people really like Ben Affleck as Batman, and I would love to see it. So I would be really excited about it. But like, which Joker do you use, Em?
I mean, the thing with that, from what I remember, is you're not seeing a ton of you're not seeing much of Batman, and you're not seeing like a lot of like the real big villains. Like, I think you stay away from Joker if you're doing that, precisely for that reason. And I think you like go for somebody a little bit smaller, and depending on what kind of show you're doing, maybe you don't want to do like Killer Croc or some of the weirder, like more monstery people, but you do somebody like Riddler.
Yeah, but that, oh my God. So you hated the Gotham Fox show too, right?
Oh yeah, it's trash.
Horrible. Hot garbage. That Riddler guy, terrible.
Ugh. Well, it also just fucked that whole like character. It was so like badly written, and that guy was terrible. It made me angry because Riddler is one of my favorite Batman villains.
I mean, when Jim Carrey's your best Riddler, you have a problem. They need to redo that.
Well, no, I mean your best Riddler is Frank Gershin from the old Adam West TV show.
Look at that pull, huh?
That's his name, right?
Yeah, and Burgess Meredith was the Penguin.
Yes. Oh, he's so good.
Yeah. Cesar Romero was the Joker. Something like that.
Yes.
They had some heavyweights in that show. They definitely did. Is there a Riddler in Matt Reeves's Batman?
Isn't that who I thought that it was, and it was going to be played by what's his name? Isn't that who Paul Dano's playing?
Yes.
Because I know when they originally announced Colin Farrell was going to be in it, and they weren't announcing characters, I was sure he was going to be Riddler, and he's playing Penguin. And at first I was disappointed, but then I'm like, no, Paul Dano's going to be great as Riddler.
Yeah, I mean, I've already spent a whole show talking about how great he is. So we'll just agree that we're very excited about Paul Dano's take on that character. And I'm very interested how this like ridiculously handsome dude is going to play the Penguin. Because every iteration of the Penguin that I've ever seen, from comics to TV screen to movies, it's been like a clusterfuck of like facial deformity.
You know, it's weird because like I know we've seen set photos and stuff from the Batman, but I don't have any sort of grasp of what the aesthetic of this movie is in terms of like the realism, or if they're like going to have like a more any sort of Tim Burton, kind of vibe to it. That's what's really giving me the hang up on Penguin. Because like, can you have this movie where Colin Farrell is walking around wearing a monocle and a top hat?
I mean, it's going to be like a modern day Batman. People just don't wear top hats now.
Yeah, or monocles.
Yeah.
And
well,
so
I didn't know what a monocle was, so I dodged the question.
They're the one like round eyeglass piece like on a chain.
Oh, monocle, bifocal monocle. I've learned something today. Thank you, Emily. Yay. I really didn't know what the fuck you were talking about. I was like, I'm just going to dodge it. Yeah, top hats. No one wears them. Oh, very cool. I can see them paying like an homage to it, though. Like he's looking at a diamond with it like something, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Near his eye. That's going to be, I don't know how they're going to do it, but I'm looking forward to it, though. That's for sure.
I mean, because the cast in that movie is really strong, and like it could be something really cool. I don't have a good grasp of what that movie actually is yet.
I'm definitely looking forward to it. All right, so here's the official statement. Matt Reeves' The Batman is getting a spin-off series on HBO Max. From Reeves and Boardwalk Empire creator Terrence Winter, the show will be set in Gotham Police Department and will build upon the motion picture's examination of the anatomy of corruption in Gotham City. So, like, you nailed it. You did perfectly. That's just the official write-up from Rotten Tomatoes. So you're right. You explained it perfectly. It's basically a good Gotham. Hopefully a good Gotham. But, like, with some Ben Affleck would be awesome. Or some Batman, but apparently not if it's Matt Reeves' universe. So they can't use Ben Affleck. So right then and there, it's like that Ben Affleck is bullshit. Although I'd love to see it. Oh, I just got sad, kind of.
Aw.
I know. Robert Pattinson looks good in the Batsuit, though, huh?
He does.
I think the collar.
Yeah. I think he's going to be great.
Oh, he's a phenomenal actor. Like, phenomenal. All right. We should have done this with the Star Wars stuff, but here's just a quick rumor. Hayden Christensen will reportedly play Anakin Skywalker in the Obi-Wan series. All right, first your thoughts on it, and then your percentage of the likelihood that'll happen.
When I first saw this story going around, I thought it was bullshit, but have heard from people who I trust, who I'm not going to say their name because I don't think they've talked about it, but it seems pretty likely to actually be a real thing. The thing is how big of a role he's going to play. Like a couple of these stories where he's going to have a major role, that doesn't seem right to me. Like I think he could be in an episode or two. And here's the thing is I would be perfectly happy to not see Vader again for a long time, because I think like we've just seen a lot of him. But as much as I don't like Hayden in those movies, fandom treated him so horribly that I want him to come back and have a positive experience.
Yeah, I agree. I recently saw the movie Takers. Did you ever see that movie?
Mm-mm.
It's an ensemble piece. It's not a very good movie. There's a rapper in it that's not a very good actor. I can't even think of his name. But he was good in it. Hayden was good in it. And I would like to see him in it as well. We're assuming it takes place on Tatooine, right? And he's looking over young Luke. Like, has that been confirmed? I can't even remember.
No, as far as I know, nothing has been confirmed in terms of plot.
So we still might get more fucking stories between episodes 2 and 3. Like, God, I hope not. It better be after.
It can't be unless they're doing like digital de-aging on him the entire time, which I imagine they're not. But
Right. Yeah, so it's got to be. Yeah, they basically. I'm pretty sure they said.
It'll be. No, I do think it's confirmed that it's like however many years after.
Yeah.
Revenge, but in terms of what he's doing, and if he's like going off on a space adventure somewhere or just sticking on the planet, we don't know.
Right. So they've broken canon before, but on the Death Star in episode 4 was the first time they saw each other since episode 3. Right?
You could do a thing where they don't actually meet.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You would have to. But again, they don't care about canon. That's what I learned. You know, they're just like, whatever.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is, I do sort of think like, well, if it's just like we're cutting occasionally to Darth Vader, like giving somebody orders to go kill Obi-Wan or something, like that doesn't seem particularly satisfying to me.
Right. So you're thinking kind of like what the rumor mill is going with, like flashback?
Maybe. Like I think flashback or it will just be a kind of, well, he's off, like he's behind whatever it is that Obi-Wan is doing, but they just don't ever quite come together.
So that means we would see Hayden in like the Return of the Jedi white pale face makeup.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That'll be weird.
I think I'd really like that. All right, so we got to disagree during one of these stories here, buddy. Because we're pretty much just like, yep. Let's see if I can find something for us to debate here. Ooh, probably not this one. No, I was going to say that one for last. Okay, here's just some facts. Falcon and the Winter Soldier won't make its August premiere date on Disney+. Clearly, due to COVID.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah.
I mean, thank you for the update. But I did want to tell you something that bothers me about this show. When before Infinity War and Endgame, or between Infinity War and Endgame, I went on every possible podcast I could when we talked about this. Like, again, the Sith List Ching, Rogue One, of course, I mentioned it. I said it way back then. The Falcon needs to be the next Captain America. That's where it's at in the comics now. So the rightful succession in the comics was to Bucky and then Falcon, right? To Sam. And I said, we're talking years ago. I was like, nope, America needs the Falcon to be Captain America. Okay. Then when Endgame ended and it went right, the shield went right past Bucky and he gave it to Sam, I was like, yes, right? So, but now I'm learning that there's another Captain America in this TV show. I forget his name. I'm so bad at the notes. Damn it, Mike not being here. So I'm actually a little upset that Sam the Falcon doesn't have the shield. What do you think, Em?
I don't know, because I don't know like what the show is doing about that.
I forget his name. Gosh darn it. But like it's someone else. I wish I could pause it and look it up, but it's just not that important. But it's someone else. Like, it's someone in the comics. They didn't like create someone new. But it's like another Captain America. And it's not Sam. It's not the Falcon. And I really wanted that. And I thought we needed that. And I thought we needed that 2 years ago, let alone fucking now. You know what I mean? And I just don't like that they're not doing it. But then again, I haven't seen it yet. We got to get Adam Stafford on. He's our Marvel insider. Again, he can't give us anything new, but he can quote us chapter and verse on everything and whatnot. So like that's my little bone to pick with that show. Of course I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it religiously. Don't get me wrong, I'm not getting like the Bad Batch syndrome over this. I'm totally gonna watch it. I'm gonna be sucked in. I'm gonna love it no matter what. But I'm like, wait, what do you mean Sam's not getting the shield? Like Captain America gave Sam the shield. I was there. I saw it. Okay, like can we just keep with that, please? But now I'm telling you, I heard that he might not have it the whole time or at all. And I don't care if they write it into his character that he didn't feel ready and all that bullshit. Like, no, fuck that. Unless they're going to drag it on and have him, at the end. I don't know.
Okay, so apparently it's going to be the John Walker, who is a U.S. agent, who's like a more like toe in the line for the military Captain America, from what I remember. But maybe that's what the show is about. Is like is Sam like fully committing to Captain America or not, and sort of like the idea that you have this other person who is also trying to be Captain America.
All right, or if he's struggling with the burden, with the responsibility, okay, I can live with that. But Sam better fucking be Captain America. That's all I'm saying. That's just my opinion. But thank you for looking that up. Speaking of Captain America, we won't go into too much detail because this is like definitely like a Michael Pappas thing. But there are 2 new Transformers paying homage to Top Gun and Back to the Future. So there are 2 Transformers. One is called Maverick, and it's like an F-16 that transforms into a robot called Maverick. And obviously the Back to the Future car turns into a robot. I forget the name of it. Flux capacitor. Or like the name is an homage to the flux capacitor. Pretty cool, right, Em?
I mean, I don't know, because I'm not into this at all. Like, I know some people like our buddy Chris Fresh is not a huge fan of like crossover material like that. So, I mean, it's something I sort of have no stake in, so I can look at it and go, oh, that's pretty cool. But I know some people like to keep those things like separate.
Well, I hated the Star Wars Transformers. Hated them. But the Optimus Prime Ghostbusters thing that I couldn't get because it was sold out in seconds looked really, really cool.
Yeah, that was cool looking.
So I pick and choose. Hated the Transformer Star Wars. I'm probably going to buy the Top Gun one and just keep it in the box on my shelf. I'm not that big of a Back to the Future fan to like spend $40 on that. How about you?
No, I mean, it's just, well, I'm just not really into Transformers at all. So I'm like, okay, that's like a neat thing that other people can have.
Well, I appreciate you not peeing in my cereal. Oh, we're winding down. We're getting through the topics here. Did you ever watch Fletch starring Chevy Chase in the 80s?
Yes, I don't remember much of it, and I think I only ever saw the first one, but I remember enjoying it.
It was very funny. It was like quick-witted, glib, adult humor, very politically incorrect at times, for sure. So they're going to have to like, weed that shit out. But the 80s were a different time. Shit, 5 years ago was a different time. So I'm not blaming Fletch, 86 Chevy Chase Fletch. But obviously they're going to rework the character a little bit. But John Hamm's going to be the next Fletch.
I mean, I'm happy to see John Hamm do anything because he's great, and I think he is. I'm sort of surprised. I mean, not that he hasn't been working, but like off of Mad Men, it seemed like this is the next guy, and then he never quite like made it to the like movie star transition. I don't know why, because he's super talented, and like he's been working, and he's been in movies, and he's been in other shows, but I always surprised he's not like bigger. And here's the thing about John Hamm is hilarious.
Yes.
Like, not that you know that from Mad Men, but he's really funny on his episodes of 30 Rock. And not only, like, is he funny, but also apparently a guy who is super into comedy. Like, I've heard a lot of stories from comedians about how he's just a guy who goes to comedy shows and will, like, hang out and talk to people backstage afterwards because he's a huge fan. And so I'm glad that he's getting, like, something that'll be probably pretty funny and a good, like, it's a little bit weird to go from Chevy Chase to John Hamm. That's an interesting recasting. I'm all for it.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to connect the characters. Like for those of you that don't know, Fletch was like an investigative reporter. You know, is John Hamm going to be an investigative reporter, and they're going to bring Chevy Chase in to be his, like, cranky editor? You know, like, maybe, like, so we'll see. But yeah, I too am a huge fan of John Hamm. He made that baseball movie where, like, they tried to get kids who played cricket to be baseball pitchers. I went and saw it because I'm a baseball fan. That movie was not good. He was the cop in The Town.
He's great.
Excellent
in The Town.
movie.
That
Yeah, dude,
I need to
great.
rewatch it. I need to rewatch it. It's so fucking good.
That's like when Ben Affleck said, like, "Hi, I'm a phenomenal director. You guys didn't know, huh?" Or no, that was Gone Baby Gone.
Yeah.
And then he followed it up with The fucking Town. Like, back to back, and then Argo. Dude, do you realize Ben Affleck did Gone Baby Gone, The Town, and Argo back to back to back? And then the next one was a flop, but man,
dude, he's a great director. Gone Baby Gone is brutal.
Brilliant. Fucking Morgan Freeman. Don't you just want to smack him at the end of that movie?
Jesus, that movie is harsh. Like, that's a movie. Like, I want to rewatch The Town. I think I'd enjoy rewatching The Town. I don't want to rewatch Gone Baby Gone.
Right? The ending just is a gut punch, right?
Katie wanted that. No, I can't deal with that movie again. But
dude, dude, like, Ben Affleck, man, I have so much respect for you. So good. But yeah, so John Hamm was great in The Town. Everyone was great in The Town. Baby Driver. God damn it, we keep falling into this, like, come on, Kevin Spacey. And by the way, I finished House of Cards. Seasons 1 through 5. I'm now on season 6 that he's not in. And, like, I hate to say it, terrible without him. But I'm giving it a shot. But yeah, okay, so I'm just going to say it anyway. Baby Driver. Jesus. 2 of them in that movie, right? Allegedly.
Yeah.
We'll just leave it at that. That's not what this podcast is about. But allegedly, 2 people in that movie aren't great people. But yeah, but like, again, Baby Driver was a phenomenal movie. It is what it is. Great writer, great director. So we'll give credit there, right, Em?
Yeah. And
John Hamm was great in it.
He's really good in the not very good Bad Times at the El Royale.
I haven't seen that yet.
It's just sort of like, it's not what it should be considering the cast.
Right.
And
is it like, just weird?
Yeah, it is, but it never, like, quite comes together. It is, like, on paper, like, and when I first saw the trailer, I'm like, this movie is totally my jam. It's the kind of, like, weird ensemble, quirky crime thing that I want, and it just never. It's just one of those movies that never quite comes together.
Yeah, I still got to see that. Oh, speaking of Chris Hemsworth, he's gonna play Hulk Hogan in a serious biopic.
We'll see.
Okay. Listen, I was a child of the 80s. I'm not going to lie to you, Emily. I got sucked into the WWF. I had the plastic figures that didn't move. I had the cheap square ring. You know, I do my, oh yeah. I do my Macho Man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. I do my Macho Man. The Ultimate Warrior was my favorite wrestler. I got sucked into Hulkamania. I was a child of the 80s, dude. I ate that shit up. I'm going to go see this movie. And, like, it's probably going to be a good movie because his life is a drama. He started out as nobody, reached ultimate fucking stardom, okay? Brought wrestling to the mainstream that used to be just people going to a local high school gym to watch to, like, a multi-billion-dollar industry. And then let's just say his life became a reality show and kind of like fell apart and had its drama, and there was death involved, and so it'll be dramatized very well in film form, I'm sure. And I'm excited about Chris Hemsworth. You think his shirt will be off in that movie?
Will his shirt ever be on in that movie?
Exactly. That's a nice one. That's a good call. I don't know. He's got to get he doesn't. Everyone's like he has to bulk up. He really doesn't. Like if anything, like he has to be less cut, because Chris Hemsworth is cut up and big, like for Thor, like that first Thor especially. Hulk Hogan was kind of like, he was massive, but like he didn't have like an 8-pack. He didn't have a 6-pack.
Like because nobody had that kind of definition then.
Yeah. I'm literally like picturing grown men's abs right now from the 1980s. I think I'm just going to change the subject because it kind of got awkward in my brain. I was just picturing Brutus the Barber Beefcake. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that movie. And John Hamm as Fletch, we are all in. 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, definitely. I'm excited for it.
Fucking okay, there's only one last thing we're going to talk about today, and I can't see us disagreeing here. Sorry about the yup episode this week. This is going to be good. Yep. Okay, are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
For those of you that I'm going to try and do it. For those of you that haven't heard, there will be a new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comic coming out called The Last Ronin, where all of the brothers are dead but one. Which turtle is the last to survive and is using his brother's weapons to get revenge has yet to be revealed. So, like, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 3 out of 4 are dead, and the last brother is alive, just getting revenge using like the other weapons of the oh my god. Like, what do you think about that?
I mean, now I never read any of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comics. And from what I know, I do think some of them were more serious, but this seems really dour and ridiculous to me.
What? Okay, so we disagree. Sweet. This is like, I never read the comics, but like I have a striking need to own the first 4 black and white ones for some reason. I don't think I'll ever afford them, but I've never read the comics. I got into him through the cartoons and the movies, and I was all in. Like, I never bought like the action figures or anything, so I wasn't all in, but like loved the shit out of the video games. They had some of the best fucking video games, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So again, cartoons, movies, even the newer movies I liked. They were all right. Not like the first ones were the best ones. And then like this dark, edgy Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, dude, I'm all on board.
But like, isn't like the whole point of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles like their interplay with each other?
Yes, this is gonna be a dark, from just what I read. I'm guessing, I don't know. It seems like it's going to be just a dark story. They're all dead, and I think it's Raphael. Raphael is just going to go on a rampage. It's not going to be Michelangelo because he's too, like, they don't want to ruin his image. He's too lovable. Like, he's the mainstream one. He's the one, like, the kids love, right? He's the one who's like, pizza, Well, they all like pizza, but he's the one, like, cowabunga, dude.
Cowabunga! 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 Cowabunga!
Like, cowabunga dude isn't gonna go fucking kill people.
Michelangelo is a party dude! Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles!
Donatello was the leader, so that makes too much sense.
Leonardo leads, Donatello does machines! That's a fact, Jack!
Michelangelo, Donatello, Raphael, Leonardo. Leonardo, it could be the 2 samurai swords, but I think it's Raphael because he was always the edgier one to me.
Raphael is cool, but rude. Give me a break.
So, I'm looking forward to it, and I think you're crazy not to be excited. Don't get excited about a comic book because you have to read those things like they're words, and you have to use your imagination. Like, that's overrated. But I'm looking forward to the movie that's going to come out based on this comic book. That's what I'm looking forward to. Or like a graphic what do they call them? The cartoon movies, not graphic novel, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like an edgy cartoon. I think that's gonna be awesome.
I mean, I just read that and it just seems like dark and gritty for the sake of being dark and gritty, and this stuff just makes me tired.
Well, I'm glad we got to disagree one time today. Makes for a better show. I might buy and read this comic. You know what? I am going to go on the record. I am going to buy and read that miniseries. It's probably going to be like 4 or 6 comic books in a row. I'll go buy them. I'm going to read them. And I'm going to talk about it on this podcast.
Okay.
People will love. All right, you want to go over some emails and call it a day?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. This one's from Bill Beck. Hold on. My cat is like about to walk on the keyboard. Please, no, Dory. Ugh. You guys see Dory?
Oh.
She almost walked on the keyboard. Did you, girl? Are you a good girl? Are you a good girl? She's actually a really nasty cat and bites me all the time.
Okay.
But you do one. Thank you. You do one thing she doesn't like and she bites you. Right, Dory? Like, I love playing with the paws and she hates it. Let's see if I can get her to bite me on camera. Playing with your paw. Nope. You're okay with the paw today? Oh, you know what it is? It's your feet. You don't like it when I put your feet. But that won't be on camera. Okay, now I'm rubbing her feet. You hear her?
Yeah, that was an unhappy sound. Maybe stop doing that.
Yes. She doesn't like it when I play with her feet. All right, stay off my keyboard, my lady. All right, so this is from Bill Beck. Dude, don't. Stay. Hi, Johnny, Mike, and Emily. Ha, Bill, Mike's not here. I hope you guys are doing well. Long-time listener, first-time caller. Sorry, I'm nervous. I didn't think I'd actually get through. I've been on hold for 3 hours. So I was thinking, Johnny, if you haven't shaved your cool dude mustache yet, you should consider growing it out. We could start calling you the mustache of Star Wars knowledge. You guys don't have facial hair of knowledge on the show right now, and I'm kind of pissed off about it. Talk to you guys next time. Fuck you guys. I love you. I'm never writing in again. Smooch, Darth, Bill Beck Pizza. So our producer wrote in to his own show. Yeah. I don't know if I can be the mustache of knowledge.
It doesn't roll off the tongue in the same way.
No. And I don't have the knowledge.
That also makes it difficult.
So it's hard. It's hard. Shout out to Hawsy Haws, though. I haven't talked to Haws in a while. I got to give him a call. I miss him like crazy. And if you don't listen to Blue Harvest, you should. Cha-ching. Hold on. My laptop is talking to me.
Hi, Johnny.
Okay, go away. Don't restart now. Thank you. Okay. All right, thank you, Bill, for writing in and producing the YouTube podcast. Hey, Bill Beck, how come you didn't do a video? Like, you're the video guy, and you didn't send in a video, Bill.
I'm too big to send in videos. Sorry.
Crazy.
Well, maybe because that's just giving himself more work to do.
Oh, good question. Good point. That's something Mike Pappas would do. Like, that would just be more work for me. All right, this is from Jesse. Jesse is great. Oh, Jesse sent in a video. Jesse's great. One of our 6. The original 6.
Hi, Pop Culture Hour crew. It's me, Jesse Thronkill, coming to you from my comic room collection, along with my Star Wars collection. But I'd like to say hi, Johnny. Hi, Emily. Hi,
hello.
Michael, and Mr. Bill Beck.
Hey, fuck you, Jesse.
And since we are expanding our topics for pop culture, I'd like to ask a question for the 3 of you, and it involves comics, as we stand here in front of comics. So I'd like to say, or ask, are there any comics that you guys have collected, are collecting, or would like to collect? I'd really like to hear any of the wishes or the thoughts of the ones you have and have not and would like to collect. Star Wars or not Star Wars, and whatever they may be. Thank you for answering my question, and I look forward to talking to you guys soon. The podcast is awesome. The YouTube channel is kick-ass, and go pop culture. Bye.
That was awesome, dude. Thank you, Jesse. That was awesome. And he's a handsome bastard. He is a handsome bastard, and you're gonna see him on the YouTube channel. So make sure you do that. You first, Em.
I don't really collect anything in terms of single issues. I do have some. What I like is the really nice editions of like collected trades, especially some of the Vertigo books. They did ones called the Absolute editions that are these gorgeous hardcover, like depending on the ones, they did some recoloring to make things look nicer, and there's some introductions and supplemental material. I have all of the Absolute Sandman, which is the like seminal Neil Gaiman comic, which is like one of the first comics I've ever read and what sort of the one that got me into comics. So I over the years collected all of there's like 5 volumes of that and a collection of the death stories, which were coming out like once a year. So I would get them, like I would ask for them every year for my birthday. And now when I look at my bookshelf, I'm like, oh, that's like $600 right there, like altogether. But you're doing it piecemeal, so you don't really think about it. But that's what I like. I like nice like trade editions of things.
Nice. I first off, I'd like to thank you for using piecemeal properly as an adverb and not a verb. It's like nails on a chalkboard when people use the word piecemeal as a verb just to sound intelligent and then fucking misuse the word. So like, I love you for that. That's why we're close. Thank you. So Jesse, I got 3 quick stories. I only own currently 1 comic book, and it's funny, he just came up in conversation. Black Suit Symbiote Spider-Man is my favorite Spider-Man. Hawes bought me a graded version of that comic, first appearance. Loved it.
Nice.
Have it. It's in the gorgeous acrylic case. And then my goal is to one day get the Amazing Spider-Man 300 and put it next to it graded. That one is pretty expensive, so I'd have to like finish my Star Wars run and save up for that. But that's my goal. Those are going to be the only 2 comics that I have. Like maybe like, I would only collect like graded comics that like were key issues, but like they're super expensive. Like let's say, the first episode, the first key issue, the first appearance of the Punisher or Wolverine. Those are mega bucks. So I would really only collect those. I did try and buy and collect the Star Wars ones when they came out a couple years ago, and it just immediately lost me. I tried though. I was like, I'll collect them all. I was like, I'm over it. I got over it quick too. But I did religiously read Deadpool for years.
Okay.
And I probably still have a huge effing stack in my garage. I religiously read Deadpool for years. 2 reasons. There was no continuity, so I didn't have to like worry about like keeping track. If I skipped an issue, it wasn't a big deal because it's more of a comedy, right? It's like Deadpool's action comedy.
Yeah.
So, and I loved him breaking the 4th wall. I loved him making fun of himself. I just loved it. It was the only comic I connected to. And then it became a major motion picture years later. That's another comic like maybe I'd like graded one day, the first Deadpool. I probably have a huge stack in my garage still. And that was really the only comic I read religiously. And that was like, college Johnny who thought he was edgy.
Yeah, and the only other one I really have, which is, I'll see if I can get it onto the video here, but it is my Ben Mendelsohn autographed.
Oh.
Because they did, when they were doing the Rogue One comic, they did variant issues where the covers are made to look like action figures. And they did one for Krennic, and when our friend Steele Saunders interviewed Ben, he got him to autograph this for me. So that's like my prized comic.
That is a good friend. That is awesome.
What was also awesome is he didn't tell me. Like he just sent it to me.
Ah, that's even better.
So I just opened it and there was this signed comic and it like genuinely made me cry.
That's awesome. That's a good story. Steele's a good dude.
Yeah.
That's a good dude. Steele, I don't want to do a tit for tat thing, but if you ever meet Leonardo DiCaprio, just think of me, bro. That's all I ask. I'm not gonna give you a long list like Mike Pappas would be like, Steele, if you ever meet, and then list like 30 people. Like, Steele, it's easy. Leonardo DiCaprio, 6 syllables of sin. Leonardo DiCaprio. That's it, my friend. Thank you. Yeah, so Jesse, thank you for writing in. That was a great question, and that was really cool. So we got a couple cool stories. So like 2 of our favorite podcasters gave us our 2 favorite comics.
Yeah, that's cool.
You couldn't even plan that. That is awesome. All right, this is from Richie Jafarjian, Richie J. Oh, no, it's a continued, so I got to find his first one. Okay, here we go. Hey, gang, I'm definitely looking forward to the next... Oh, that's embarrassing. Can I call you later? Hey, gang, I'm definitely looking forward to the next installment of The Matrix, but I'm nervous. Doogie Howser in The Matrix? Nothing against Neil Patrick Harris, but do you really think he fits in a Matrix movie? Would love to hear your thoughts. Keep up the great work. Hold on, there's a part 2. And why is Reeves dating Alexandra Grant? Nothing against her, but he was he out of options? I thought she was the white-haired lady from The Walking Dead. Which Reeves? Oh, Keanu Reeves.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is he dating Carol from The Walking Dead? Are you looking it up?
Yeah.
All right, well, Rich, if he is dating Carol from The Walking Dead, like, dude, like, I don't know if you watch The Walking Dead, but Carol is, like, the best character on The Walking Dead. Like, it ain't Rick. It might be Negan. It's between Negan and Carol. Those are the 2 best characters on The Walking Dead. It ain't Daryl. You guys are like, oh, Daryl, oh, Daryl. Look, Daryl's cool. Carol, way fucking cooler. All I have to say is, look at the pretty motherfucking flowers. So in short, like, if Keanu Reeves is dating Carol, that's a nice catch, dude, because she's cool as fuck. What was the first part of the question? I gotta look back. Hold on. Oh, Keanu Reeves, Matrix. Yes, I am really looking forward to the next Matrix. Dude, Neil Patrick Harris is a good actor. Like, I think he's hysterical. Maybe he's comic relief in the Matrix. He's very funny. How I Met Your Mother, dude, classic. He's very funny. He was in, wow, it all comes together. That Ben Affleck movie, where he like murdered his wife, maybe. Do you know the movie I'm talking about?
Gone Girl? Gone Girl.
Gone Girl. Yeah, he was in that. Neil was in that. He was good in that. Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, I think he was just saying that the girlfriend looks like the lady who played Carol on The Walking Dead, because she's not. She's an LA-based artist.
And what? So she just looks older than him? They're probably the same age because he like ages like cactus.
She's younger. She has gray hair, and it might. I don't even know if it's like natural or not.
Yeah, let's like kudos to Keanu Reeves for like dating in his age range. Like Keanu's like 52, 3,
something like that,
and like looks like he's 35 still. So like, God bless Keanu. Nothing against movie stars dating 23-year-old models.
I mean,
nothing against it.
Yes, something against it because it's creepy and weird and grow the fuck up, dude. But
I have to defend my guy. Deep down, I agree with you, but I gotta defend my guy. It's just my guy. I gotta defend my guy. But deep down, I really agree with you, though. I like really do. But
like, I'm 36 and I wouldn't date a 23-year-old. Like, what the fuck am I gonna say to a 23-year-old? We have nothing in common.
I think the biggest age gap I ever had was like 5 or 6 years, and it felt like 30.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm done. Yeah. So I agree with you, but I gotta defend my guy.
That's fine. No, the Matrix is sort of hard to know. Like, I love that first Matrix movie. I think it's amazing, but those sequels are bad. I haven't liked anything else that Wachowskis have done. But maybe, like, I want to think it could still be something really cool, and maybe they'll have something super original again, like that first movie was at the time.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think it's gonna be awesome. I'm with you. The action scenes were great in The Matrix 2 and 3, but they just got caught up in the philosophy of it and didn't execute it. But his question was about Neil Patrick Harris. So just in short, like, I'm a big fan of Neil Patrick Harris as a comedic actor. I haven't really seen a lot of his serious side, But we're assuming he's going to be serious in The Matrix. Maybe he's going to be an agent who talks in a monotone. Hello, Mr. Anderson. And he's just like, anyone can do that. Shit, I can do that. All right, no, I can't. I think I can. But what about you on Neil Patrick Harris?
Kind of ambivalent. Like it just sort of depends. Like I don't think he's gonna like take me out of it or anything. I'm not like, oh my God, Neil Patrick Harris, he's gonna be amazing.
You're so funny. I wish you guys could see. Oh, you can see Emily's face. She was super animated on that one. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Again, like I'm a big fan of his comedy. He's very funny. All right. Last and certainly not least, Ian Gallagher. Hey, Pop Culture Gang. Wanted to get each of your ideas on what your top 5 shows would be. I'm talking like top epic TV drama. They don't have to be ranked either, but you can if you want. I think my top 5 would be Breaking Bad, Black Mirror, The Sopranos, Twin Peaks, and I guess Game of Thrones. Okay, so we can include like HBO stuff. I'm not including Westworld and Ozark because they're not finished yet, nor Lost, which I haven't been binging. Would love to hear your thoughts. May the force be with you. I'm going to need some time to think.
Okay, off the top of my head, I won't rank. I'll only rank number 1. Number 1 is Deadwood, like automatically, not even a question. My favorite TV show of all time. But the rest sort of would move up and down. I'd go Mad Men, The Wire, The Sopranos, and
you didn't sound convincing on The Sopranos.
Well, no, I think at the end of the day, like just as like an all around like solid hitter, I gotta go with The Sopranos. And I think the last one might actually be The Americans, which I think is a super underrated show.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
It's a couple of amazing performances from Kerry Russell and Matthew Rhys, and just like a brutal, heartbreaking show that never like dumbs down what's going on to try to like help the audience along, and one of the best things about it is they nailed the ending on a show where I had no idea how I even wanted it to end, and what they did was perfect.
I gotta check it out. Yeah, so like 3 of your top 5 I haven't even seen. I haven't seen The Americans. I haven't seen The Wire. And what was your first one?
Deadwood.
Well, we talked about Deadwood.
Yeah.
I'll give it a second shot, I promise. Okay, so mine would be Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, Lost. I mean, those of you that know me, like my whole life know me, like I have a very serious homage to Lost in my life. Can I get a nod in? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. So Breaking Bad, Lost, Game of Thrones. I didn't like Westworld. That was Ian's pick. I didn't like Westworld. Season 3. I love season 1. Gosh.
Yeah, Westworld is good because Westworld, that first season of Westworld, if Westworld was just one season long, it'd be one of my favorite TV shows of all time.
It just kept getting worse.
But I didn't watch a single episode of season 3, but I bailed like 3 episodes from the end of season 2 because I was just done. But that first season's amazing and perfect, and I think they should have just ended it with the big cliffhanger ending where you think, okay, maybe they're going to kill all the humans, and that's great and awesome. Bye.
Yeah. I'm on episode 2 of season 3 of Westworld. I can't get through it. I have no interest to go back. Does Tiger King count?
No, that's
no, I'm just kidding.
Documentaries don't count.
Dude, House of Cards, I hate to say it. I know, but like, fuck. Those first 5 seasons were awesome. So I'm gonna say House of Cards. I mean, it's just fresh in my mind. Oh, Medellin. The series, Medellin, Pablo Escobar. Are you gonna talk about Narcos? Narcos was really good. But I'm sure there's shows I'm forgetting, especially since we're talking about like HBO miniseries and stuff.
I mean, there's other stuff that I really like. I think is really impressive. Like that, the first season of True Detective is amazing, but I don't know that I'll ever go watch it again.
Another thing I've never seen. Yeah, so I'm stuck. I'm gonna have to get back. You know, this is gonna be one of those things that like I'll think about, like, oh God, I can't believe I forgot this show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sopranos isn't on my list though. I can tell you that emphatically. I enjoyed it. It was okay. You know, maybe it was like, you know, the ending kind of like ruined it for me, like looking back on it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, still the greatest line. What was it? The first episode? No fucking ZD?
So what, no fucking ZD now? Hey!
Like from the
from AJ, yeah.
AJ, like when he was 9 years old. No fucking ZD?
So what, no fucking ZD now? Hey!
God, I make a good ZD.
I just rewatched it during quarantine, and it doesn't like entirely hold up. But what does hold up is James Gandolfini's performance as Tony. Like that is it is tragic that he died so young. He was, and foremost because by all accounts he was just a really good guy, but also somebody who, I mean, he was given that Tony Soprano role like in his 30s. That's insane to think like what he could be doing now.
Yeah, I'm with you. And he's a New Jersey guy, so you know I love him.
Yeah.
I did think of a show that would definitely be in my top 5.
What's that?
It's a very Johnny Grasso thing to say. But it's a good show. I loved it. Entourage. I did. I loved it. I did. I know. Let me have it. Go ahead.
There's nothing to say.
I did. I loved it. And I was sad when it was over. I really fell in love with those characters. I wanted to be Vince so bad. All right, so I got 4. Can I squeeze out another one? Throw out some like HBO stuff. I usually love everything they do. I eat that shit up.
Let's see what else. Like
Oz. The Boys on Amazon. It's only 1 season in, but boy, I loved it.
I mean, it was good. I was very worried about it.
Did you see the trailer for season 2?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, The Boys is good. What else do you think we're forgetting?
I mean, there's other stuff I really liked, but sort of a lot of it is because things like Westworld will have like 1 or 2 seasons that I really like, and then it gets shitty. Like I think the first couple seasons of Oz were fantastic, but that show went off the rails crazy.
Wow, Oz was a long time ago.
Yeah, speaking of HBO, I think again a show that nobody ever talks about now, but I think Rome is one of the best things they ever did.
Never saw it. It was good?
It's really good, and also it's just incredible to watch. The sets and the costuming, the level of detail in this recreation of ancient Rome is unbelievable.
I'll have to check it out. I got a lot of shit to check out.
Also, I always have to love it because it is the reason that Deadwood exists.
Oh, tell me that story.
So originally, when David Milch, who created Deadwood, went to pitch for HBO, what he pitched them was basically a cop show set in ancient Rome. And the guys he was talking to, and I think it was actually a woman, the woman he was talking to at HBO goes, "We already are developing a show set in ancient Rome. We want to do something with you, but it can't be this." And so then he went back and came back with Deadwood.
It's just that fucking easy for some people, huh? All right, give me 5 minutes. Deadwood. Oh, to be talented. All right. Well, that's our show. That is our show. Little hour and a half. Not too bad. I don't think we've had an hour-long pop culture hour yet.
We keep trying.
But, it's okay. I mean, it's not like there's dead air. I mean, we like went Bang, 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 bang. We hit all things pop culture. So let's wrap it up. Emily, where can we find you, my friend?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at EFLind, and you can hear me on my Star Wars podcast, The Canto Bight Dispatch, or you can hear me on my it started as a Fast and the Furious podcast. It is now a Vin Diesel movie podcast, and that is called The Fan and the Furious.
Awesome. And before I go into my spiel, please, again, on behalf of Michael Pappas and myself and Bill Beck, congratulations to you and Britt on 150. That's awesome.
Oh, thank you so much.
Of course. Okay, so you can follow the podcast at Pop Culture Hour on Twitter and Instagram. Again, I'm not really on there, but if you DM me or tweet at me, I go to the notifications. If you see it pop up on your feed, please don't unfollow me. I mean, obviously, if you're listening, you know it's the reason, it's here. So Bill Beck put up some Pop Culture Hour merchandise on TeePublic. So we're currently on TeePublic for like a T-shirt, his awesome PCH design, and the C is Pac-Man. I'm definitely going to get that. He did a Johnny's Mustache face mask. I don't think anyone's going to buy those, although I do want to get one for Sabrina. And that would be the only great one. So Bill, I don't think that's going to be a top seller there. But the logo that Josh did is amazing. You should get it on a mug, a T-shirt, what have you. Bill's PCH with Pac-Man is amazing, so please go to TeePublic and check it out. iTunes reviews. Even if you already left one, you can update it for the Pop Culture Hour. So we're going to read all reviews on the air. So I would appreciate that. Either leave a new review or just update your old one, especially if it's less than 5 stars. You want to up that shit. Appreciate it. We're trying to get 10 listeners by September 1. So that would be awesome. Please send in video messages or just regular emails to the Gmail account, the Pop Culture Hour at Gmail. Again, that's the Pop Culture Hour at Gmail, and everything else is just Pop Culture Hour. So that's really it. So I really appreciate you, Emily, and I had a great time talking to you. And out of 11 topics, we only disagreed over the turtles.
Wow.
But wait till you see that movie, 10 years from now. All right. To the next one.